Bruce Springsteen saw same old woman at every concert. When she disappeared, Bruce discovered the truth. Every night after every concert, she was there by the stage door. An old Italian woman, maybe 70 years old, wearing the same black dress and rosary beads. She never asked for autographs, never tried to speak to Bruce. She just stood there watching him leave, crossing herself as his car disappeared into the New Jersey night. Bruce's security team noticed her after the 5th concert. "There's an old lady outside, boss. Same one from last night." Bruce glanced through the backstage window, saw her standing there in the October rain, clutching her rosary beads, and felt something tighten in his chest. "Who is she?" "We don't know. She won't talk to us. Just stands there praying." For 5 years, this old woman appeared at every concert, every single one, always standing by the stage door, never approaching, never speaking, just watching and praying. Until one night in 1981, she didn't show up. And when Bruce finally discovered why, when he learned who she really was, Bruce Springsteen broke down completely. Because this woman had been keeping a secret for 25 years. A secret that changed everything Bruce thought he knew about his own family. It was October 1976, and Bruce Springsteen was riding the wave of Born to Run. The album had made him a star. But success felt complicated for a working-class Catholic kid from Freehold. The guilt of leaving his blue-collar roots, the tension between Saturday night rock shows and Sunday morning mass. The weight of suddenly representing something bigger than himself. Stone Pony in Asbury Park was packed that night. 800 people crammed into a space meant for 400. Bruce had been performing for 3 hours straight, pouring everything into songs about escape, dreams, and the price of both. After the show, as Bruce walked toward the stage door, that's when he first saw her. An elderly woman standing alone in the shadows, wearing a black dress that looked like it belonged in church, not at a rock concert. She had rosary beads wrapped around her weathered hands, and when she saw Bruce, she crossed herself. "Evening, ma'am," Bruce said, nodding politely. The woman nodded back but didn't speak. Her eyes were dark, intense, and there was something familiar about her face that Bruce couldn't place. "You okay getting home?" Bruce asked. She smiled slightly, the kind of sad smile that suggested she'd seen a lifetime of worry, and walked away slowly into the Asbury Park night. 2 nights later, Bruce performed at the Capitol Theater in Passaic. Different venue, different crowd. But as he exited through the stage door, there she was again. Same black dress, same rosary beads, same position by the door. Bruce's drummer, Max Weinberg, noticed her too. "Bruce, isn't that the same old lady from Stone Pony?" "Yeah," Bruce said, studying her face. "How'd she get here?" "This is 30 miles from Asbury." The woman saw Bruce looking at her, crossed herself again, and walked away without a word. By the 4th concert, Bruce's security team was taking notice. "Boss, that old Italian lady's here again. Same spot by the door. She causing any trouble?" "No. She just watches you leave and prays." "Then leave her alone." By 1977, the woman had become part of Bruce's routine. Finish the show, walk to the stage door, see the praying lady in black, nod, watch her cross herself, drive away. The E Street Band started calling her Nonna, the Italian word for grandmother. "There's Nonna," Clarence Clemens would say after each show, right on time. What amazed everyone was her consistency. Bruce toured different cities, sometimes different states. This was an elderly woman who looked like she barely had money for groceries, yet she appeared at every show. "I followed her once after the Trenton show," one security guard told Bruce. "She took 2 buses and walked 6 blocks. Had to take her 2 hours to get home." "In those shoes?" Bruce asked, remembering her worn black flats. "Rain was coming down hard, too." But she waited until your car was completely out of sight before she left. Bruce began to look forward to seeing her. There was something comforting about her presence, like having a guardian angel in black dress watching over his shows. She never took pictures, never brought friends, never tried to get closer. She just stood there with her rosary beads, lips moving in what looked like silent prayer. "You think she's praying for my soul?" Bruce asked Danny Federici one night after a particularly wild show. "Maybe she's praying for all of us," Danny replied. "Lord knows we could use it." Bruce started feeling a strange responsibility toward her. "Make sure nobody bothers the old lady," he'd tell security. "And if it's raining, maybe offer her an umbrella." But she never accepted help. She'd smile and shake her head, clutching her rosary tighter. In 1978, Bruce's curiosity finally got the better of him. During a family dinner in Freehold, he asked his mother about the mysterious woman. "Ma, you know any old Italian ladies from around here, always dressed in black, very religious?" Adele Springsteen looked up from her pasta sauce, and Bruce saw something flicker across her face. "Why you asking?" "There's this woman who comes to every one of my shows. Every single one. She just stands by the stage door and prays. Been doing it for 2 years. His mother's hand started shaking slightly. "What's she look like?" "About 70. Gray hair always covered with a black scarf, deep lines in her face. And she's always got these rosary beads. Never speaks, just watches me leave and crosses herself." Adele turned away, suddenly very interested in stirring her sauce. "Probably just a fan, honey. Lots of older folks like your music." But Bruce could tell his mother was lying. "Ma, you're not telling me something. Who is she?" "I don't know nothing about no woman in black. Let it be, Bruce." By 1979, Bruce had seen the woman hundreds of times. She was part of his world now, as much a fixture as the E Street Band or his guitar. Rain or shine, winter or summer. She was there. Bruce began nodding to her more deliberately, and she'd nod back, but they never exchanged words. "It's like she's watching over me," Bruce told his friend and bandmate Stephen Van Zandt. "Like she's making sure I get home safe every night." "Maybe she is," Stephen replied. "Maybe that's what guardian angels look like, old Italian ladies with rosaries." The thought stuck with Bruce. In his Catholic upbringing, he'd learned about saints and guardian angels, about people who watched over you from a distance. Maybe this woman was his own personal saint, praying for his success and safety. Then came October 13th, 1981. Bruce was performing at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, a sold-out show with 18,000 fans. As usual, he looked for the woman in black as he exited the stage door. She wasn't there. "Where's the old lady?" Bruce asked his security chief. "Not here, boss. I checked her usual spot 3 times. Bruce felt a strange emptiness, like something fundamental was missing from the universe. "That's not right. She's never missed a show. Never. And the next concert was in Washington, D.C. Bruce found himself scanning the stage door area, looking for that familiar black dress, those faithful rosary beads. But she wasn't there either. After the 3rd show without her, Bruce couldn't concentrate. "Something's wrong," he told his band. "She's been at every show for 5 years. Every single one. Where is she?" For 2 months, Bruce looked for the woman in black. He'd finish each concert and immediately check the stage door, hoping to see her familiar figure. But she was gone, and her absence felt like a hole in his heart he couldn't explain. "Boss, you've been different since the old lady stopped coming," Clarence observed after a show in Boston. "I never even knew her name," Bruce said quietly. "What if she died? What if she died alone and I never even thanked her for whatever she was doing? What do you think she was doing? I don't know. Praying for me, I guess. Making sure I was okay. And now she's gone." Christmas Eve, 81. Bruce was sitting alone in his Rumson house, staring at the Christmas tree his mother had insisted on decorating. Adele found him there, lost in thought. "You're still thinking about that woman, aren't you?" she said quietly. "Every night, Ma. I keep looking for her. It's like I lost someone important and I don't even know who she was." Adele sat down next to her son, tears starting to form in her eyes. "Bruce, I need to tell you something I should have told you years ago." Something in her tone made Bruce's stomach drop. "What is it?" "That woman. Her name is Isabella Benedetto, and she's your father's mother. Your grandmother." The words hit Bruce like a physical blow. "That's impossible. Dad told me his mother died when I was little. She's very much alive. And she's been coming to your shows because she wanted to see you, to make sure you were okay. Why didn't she just talk to me? Why didn't Dad tell me?" Adele's voice broke. "Because when you were born, Isabella said terrible things. She didn't approve of your father marrying an Irish girl. Said you weren't pure Italian and would bring shame to the family. Your father chose us over her, and she cut herself off from the family." Bruce felt his world shifting. "All this time, she was my grandmother? She was too ashamed to approach you directly, but she couldn't stay away either. So she came to your concerts to watch over you from a distance. Where is she now?" "St. Mary's Hospital in Newark. Pneumonia. She's dying, Bruce. Alone." Bruce drove through Christmas Eve snow to Newark, his heart pounding with each mile. He found Isabella Benedetto in the charity ward, connected to machines that beeped softly in the quiet room. She looked exactly like the woman who had stood by stage doors for 5 years, but smaller now, frailer. Her rosary beads were still wrapped around her fingers. When she opened her eyes and saw Bruce, her face transformed with wonder and fear. "Madonna mia! Bruce?" "Hi, Nonna," Bruce said softly. "Yes, it's me." Isabella started crying. "You know who I am? I just found out tonight. But I've been looking for you for months. Where have you been? I didn't deserve to be there anymore. I threw away my son. I threw away my grandson. I said terrible things about your mama, about you." Bruce took her weathered hand. "Why didn't you just talk to me? All those years at my shows. Because I was too ashamed. I could only watch and pray. Pray that you'd be happy, that you'd be successful, that somehow God would forgive this stupid old woman for the hurt she caused." "Nonna," Bruce said, his voice thick with emotion. "All those times you crossed yourself when you saw me. What were you praying for?" Isabella smiled through her tears. "I was thanking God. Every time you sang, every time I saw you happy on that stage. I was thanking God for making you who you are despite what I did. You weren't praying for my soul? No, stupido. You were saving mine. When you sang about working people, about families, about love, I heard forgiveness in your voice. You became the man I should have raised my son to be." Bruce felt tears running down his face. "I forgive you, Nonna, for everything. Your music taught me that love doesn't have to be perfect to be real. I loved you from far away because I thought I didn't deserve to love you up close." Isabella Benedetto died 3 days later, on December 27th, 1981, holding Bruce's hand with her rosary beads pressed between their palms. Her last words were, "Tell them, tell everyone. Don't let pride steal family. Don't let shame steal love." At her funeral, Bruce spoke to a packed St. Lucy's church in Newark. "My grandmother watched me for 5 years without speaking. Not because she didn't love me, but because she loved me so much she didn't think she deserved to say it. Don't do that. Don't let pride make you silent. Tell the people you love that you love them before it's too late." Bruce dedicated the River album to Nonna Isabella, who watched and prayed. In the liner notes, he wrote, Some people love from a distance because they think they don't deserve to love up close. But love is love, whether it's spoken or silent, whether it's close or far away. Today, every Bruce Springsteen concert ends with the same dedication. This last song is for my Nonna Isabella, who taught me that love can wait, but forgiveness shouldn't. The Isabella Benedetto Foundation provides support for elderly immigrants who have been estranged from their families, helping them reconnect with children and grandchildren they thought they'd lost forever. Because sometimes the people who love us most are the ones standing in the shadows, praying for our happiness while denying themselves the joy of sharing it with us. And sometimes, if we're very lucky, we discover them just in time to say the words that matter most. I see you. I know you. I love you too.